Hi. Hey guys. It's me again. Arenzo Whitfield, Ross Casanova Dread, Bob Marley's Apprentice. Now, for all the women out there that are looking for good men, because you always hear somebody saying, oh, I'm looking for a good man. But the thing is, I don't, it's kind of sad because sometimes you don't recognize what you have until you see somebody else with it. And, a lot of times, we have sayings. One of the sayings in Suffolk is "Don't be scared," because just as a man can, let a woman know how he feels, a woman can do the same. The thing is, I see people doing things that really don't make any sense. Like, what I'm saying, you got Jerry Springer, right? And the female be fighting, doing all of this type of stuff. But the thing is, what are you fighting for? Because if that man is doing this and doing that, because it's sad about this woman that's going through this right now with somebody, and a lot of people, as corny as it sounds, what I'm saying, love overall, what I'm saying, rules over everything. You know what I'm saying? You could try to put your little financial, what I'm saying, things like, oh, he has this and he has that. I'm gonna tell you like this. You'll sit back and what I'm saying, that's wonderful about being blessed, because a lot of people think that, oh, you got to be in my church to be blessed. Or you got to be, what I'm saying, I got to, what I'm saying, know this and know that. No, 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 no. That's not how blessings work. And a lot of people would say, you hear somebody saying, "Oh, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. I'm going to finally get me a new job." And then people would sit up there and they be like, "Oh yeah, I heard you say that before." But believe me, when you finally do get you a new job and you move on, and then when people say to yourself that, "Well, dang, this guy was like, working, what I'm saying, cash registers or working, what I'm saying, sweeping floors or whatever, what I'm saying, you may be doing." Just like one time it was the Queen, Janelle Monae. She was working for Home Depot, and she was singing, and you know how haters are. They heard her singing and her voice sounds so good, they had to fire her because people were jealous, and that's just how it is though. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know about how things can change in a person's life. And you might have somebody that says to you like, challenges. How do a person really know if the person really loves you? Well, if you was with somebody and they had a gift, what I'm saying, gifts from God or whatever, and you was with that person from day one, and you watching this person grow into this person that everybody around the world that starts to know. And once that happens, you'll say to yourself, "Oh my goodness!" Like, you know, you'll find so many different qualities that you love in a person, and saying that, hey, how many people would be mature, really mature, if you were in a position where is that now you got a family, you got kids, and you love your family, and you know what I'm saying, you love your family more than anything. And then you start to realize that, what I'm saying, the gift of being able to make money and having people around the world, what I'm saying, loving your stuff. Because a lot of people say, oh no, I don't really see that as being successful, or I don't really see that being successful in my generation, or I don't see that being successful in my ethnic background. But then once you come, out of your bubble and your little small world, you start to find out that, dang, there's a lot of beautiful people out here, and they're really sophisticated. They have good, they have good, they getting good pay, and they get to visit places and they get to see people, and to me, that's the best thing, because who want to be, around the same type of people all the time, you know, being able to be around different people You know what I'm saying? You have different options. And when you get around people like that, you be everywhere doing some everything. And like I said, it's a shame to for people to have something and then they don't know what they have until they see somebody else with it. It's like, having a bunch of rocks and, you collecting rocks and pebbles and stuff like that, and somebody sitting up there just like, oh yeah, 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 no, no, no. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, 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 that person, yeah, that's no good. Yeah, yeah, that's such 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 such. But and then that person goes in and next thing you know, they don't what I'm saying, they don't hit lottery because they found, what I'm saying, blessings in abundance. And a lot of people don't really understand that a lot of materialistic things, a lot of, you know, you know, what people are talking about. You know what I'm saying? I love those strong women that know what they want and they don't care what nobody else says. You know what I'm saying? Because the truth is though, if you sometimes when you can't see something, it you always see it right after that chapter turns. When that chapter turns, that's when you start to see everything more clearly. So, what I'm saying, all it really is just, what I'm saying, experiences and life experiences. Some of us have to struggle. And now, I don't struggle, but so many people that's doing the, thing. There's so many stories of, I was struggling. I had to do this. I had to walk 16 miles. I had to carry this on my back, such, such, such. But believe me, breakthroughs, blessings, and all that stuff, even though you don't understand it, but I tell you, in time, that's when you understand it. So, what I'm saying, everybody out there, find you some love, don't be get caught up in something that you receive as love, and then you turn around and then somebody's smiling and acting all funny and shit, and they think that it's all a big joke, but you end up having I've always said people end up hurting people really bad over some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When somebody says that, dang, they be like, oh, you know how that, you be like, that guy that used to work there. He used to work there. He used to clean. Like, oh my goodness, he moved on, and when I saw him, I mean, I looked like, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? Because a person, if you when life is not right, you could be under a whole lot of stress, and you know what I'm saying. You don't really look as refreshed and alive as when your life is, what I'm saying, starting to go that way, and then you're able to do more. And when you're able to do more, hey, you're able to move mountains. Ali Selassie, Jah Rastafari. Blessings, love.